Now then, on another video. So we are back to work now from the Christmas break properly, so we're now getting moving on some projects we've had in for a bit. That tractor's out of here. That's a good do, that's been in here way too long, but anyway, that's how it goes sometimes, isn't it? So we're on this little trailer now. We've got two of these to do. I'll show you why we're doing them, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Pretty much all I'm going to do from about here forwards is not so bad. It's rusty, but it's not rotten. All the front end's alright. The angle line down each side's fine. The box section frames are fine. Sorry about that, rudely interrupted. Box section frames are alright. Tailgate is pretty good. It's not the straightest, but not rotten. So, as you can see here, this is totally rotten. Maybe you can see that. That's totally rotten. The back bit of this is rotten. This is totally snapped off. I'll show you from the other side. So that floor there wants totally replacing. The reason we're doing it is this back box section. So the back box section is what carries the ramp, and if you see there, that one's snapped off, but also it's totally rotten. So sorry, excuse me. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut this back box section out, cut this box section back to, I would say, probably here somewhere, join back into it, cut this out, cut the floor out, and put it all back new. Top and bottom of that one, that's what we're going to do, and then we've got another one to do, but the other one is probably going to be a slightly bigger job, but we need to do this one. We need to get this one pretty much done today, or as much of it done as we can today. So yeah, right, I will bring you back when we've cut it up, and we're going to then go and get some steel, K steel I think it is, to go and get some steel, and then we'll go from there. I don't think we'll be able to get a piece of this in time, but anyway, we'll do something. Anyway, right, I'll bring you back when we've got a bit further. Right, you can see what we started cutting the stuff out. So I've cut the hinges off this box. You can see how thin that is there. It's literally, you see that, it's literally tin foil. So I'm going to change it with 3mm. Exactly, it's over here. 3mm box, this here. So I know it's not the thickest, but it is literally, they are pulled with a golf cart, so I don't want to make it too heavy. So I started cutting this in bits. It is literally all tin foil. So yeah, you can see there how thin that is. You can almost see through it. So yeah, I'll bring you back when I've got it pretty much cut in bits. So I'd show you probably about quarter of the way cut through there. Another little while and we'll have that cut up. Right, so we've got this cut in bits a bit more. So you can see here I've cut all, I'm sick. Cut all back out. So cut all that back floor bit out of here. I realise this back cross member is fairly rotten. These are really bad. They're about through near that end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut that off there. Boom, boom, cut that off. I'm going to slice this off here, like that. This bit actually isn't so bad. Same at bottom. So I've clamped this bit of box section to keep my width the same. And then I'm going to put a new piece of angle iron in back of there, new pieces of box in here, and then some new pieces of box in here as well. And then it'll be as good as new. Well, as good as it's going to get, should I say. So, yeah. That's how far we've got with it. I'll bring you back when we've got it all cut in bits. Right. So we've got that back cut out now. As you can see. That's what I've cut out just there. So I've cut a new piece of angle to go in this back, ready to weld in. And then I'll cut two pieces of box to go in there. Now I'll take them clamps off, clean this up, put a new piece of box in there, and then I'll flip it onto its top so that I can work out where stuff needs to go for the floor. And like, if you look here, there was obviously little bits of box holding floor up. It must have been sort of like same thickness as the floor, so I'll have to measure the floor and just have a work out what I'm going to do there to make that all work. So yeah, I'll get this piece of angle fried in, and then I'll put them in, and then we'll go from there. So shouldn't be too crazy long before we're getting somewhere here. So yeah, I'll bring you back when we get a bit further. Right, so as you can see, I've got this back bar welded in, and I've got them two welded in. I'm going to alter design slightly, I think. So this is going to go on here like so. This box here is going to sit 20mm above that. That's what the board. That's the thickness of the board. So I'm thinking, if I do that, it should work. I think. Anyway, we'll see. So yeah, I've just got a couple of welds to finish up there. I've done that end, done there. So I'm going to get that box and put it on back of there. And then there's another one to come. There's another short box to come in there and in there. So I'll do them next, I think. Right, I'll bring you back when you get a bit further. Right, so as you can see here, I've got that crossbar welded in. I decided to use a piece of 25x40 angle. So I need to space that out from that bit 20mm. So I thought 25 is pretty good. And then this piece here will get covered in a sheet of checker plate like it was before. And then obviously I've got to weld that back on. So we're not actually a million miles away now. We just we need to just weld this piece on. I'll cut it and then weld it on, and then put the tailgate on. So there's on here, there's 4 like tubes, yeah, like mounting tubes. So we'll grind them up and weld them on. What we'll do, we'll just set it where we think it wants to go, and then we'll just tack them on and try it, because I've lifted this back section up a bit. Hopefully I shouldn't need, before, if you look at this here and there, before they had to cut pieces and bend them down towards the bottom of the trailer, because the ramp went up and then hit that lip, or that lip. So hopefully by moving the tailgate up a bit, should be able to do away with that lip, so it'll just come straight on. Well, that's the idea anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll let you know how we get on with it. So I think that's going to be it for tonight. It's about 10 o'clock, so I think I've done enough for one day. I should get this bashed out tomorrow. Well, tomorrow evening. And then all I need to do then is put that wheel on, and then the board back in. And we should be ready to go. So I've got to get this done in the next couple of evenings, because I'm going to Lama on Wednesday. So I might take a bit of video at Lama, just showing off a couple of pieces that I quite like the look of, or there again I might not. We'll see how I feel. Right, anyway, I'll move on. I'll bring you back probably when we've welded this back plate in, and then when we start jigging the ramp up. Grand. Right, so as you can see, we've got this welded in. I've got the ramp tacked on. I've chopped these off, welded them back on in the right spot because I've lifted the ramp up a bit. So I'll put the board in as well. So I just need to weld along this back edge underneath the 4 hinge points, and then splash a bit of paint on it. So that's this sort of job finished, as you can see. So easiest way to describe this is it moves trolleys. So it's from a horticultural place, the sort of pot and grow plants. So they have these trolleys, they fit up here. You wheel 4 of them in out of the potting shed with freshly potted plants on it. You water them on the trailer, and then you drive up the nursery to wherever you're going to put the plants. And that's basically it, really. That's all this trailer's used for. But it was just getting in a sorry state. This ramp was looking a bit unsafe, so we've rejuvenated it. I won't say it's like brand new, but it's good enough for who it's for. So you can see what I've done here. This piece covers that angle iron and that box underneath. So yeah, that's that job sort of done, really. I'll probably just take a quick video of it when I splash a bit of paint on it. Right, just splashed a bit of red oxide on that, so I'll be going rusty everywhere where I've welded. So that's that job done now. So that's good to go back to customer. So that's one job off the list. Right, I think that's the end of this video. I think it'll be long enough at this point. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see, comment, like and subscribe and all that stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. I just decided to add this on to the end of this video. So I did go to Lama on the Wednesday. Brilliant day. Just thought I'd show you a couple of clips of stuff that I took while I was there. This fully restored 520-4 on the JCB stand. So I did read up on it. Restored in 2017. Absolutely immaculate job. And then obviously the unveiling of the new Fast Track series. So that first one was the 8000 series. This is the I think it's a 6300 series, and then that's the 4000 series. So I think you've got your 4, your 6 and your 8. I was very interested in this wagon. It was a Merc. As you can see, that back of that cab, so they've made the corner of the cab into the cab for the crane. Brilliant idea. So it's on a 4-wheel drive Merc chassis. It's got a crane on back with a grab on it. It wasn't a MDE grab, but I'll let them off for that. So yeah, I was really interested in this, actually. Proper piece of kit. Obviously it'll be expensive gear, but everything is these days. Right, so that is the actual end to this video. I just thought I'd show you a few clips of what we looked at Lama. We had a right good day. There was loads to look at. I would definitely recommend anybody to go. So that is actually the end of this video now. I just thought I'd show you a couple of clips of what we did at Lama. We had a fantastic day. Would definitely recommend anybody go and have a look round. Most manufacturers are there. Your big manufacturers are there, and your smaller ones. I enjoy looking around the smaller ones just as much. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.